Hello everyone! If you've seen the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick, you might remember a short chess scene being shown in the movie. It was played between astronaut Frank Poole and the supercomputer HAL 9000. And they only show a fraction of the game in the movie, but this is actually, based on a real game. The real game is Roesch versus Schlage, played in Hamburg in 1910. And Stanley Kubrick was actually a passionate chess player himself, so it's extremely cool that he chose such a wonderful game to be featured in his film. Okay, one other interesting fact, the supercomputer HAL 9000 is actually programmed to win only 50% of the chess games that he plays. This is kind of an assurance to boost the crew's morale. Okay, so let's see this game. Frank Poole is white and supercomputer HAL 9000 is black. We have e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5. So the Ruy Lopez. We have a6, the Morphy defense, bishop to a4, knight to f6, queen to e2. We have b5, bishop to b3. Now bishop to e7. We have c3, black castles, white castles, and we have d5. And here white plays a combination that wins a pawn. Well, it's not really a combination. But white is pretty undeveloped here, so he should have probably have considered something else. He plays e captures on d5, we have knight captures on d5, and now knight captures on e5, so grabbing that pawn. And here the supercomputer HAL 9000 plays knight to f4, and he attacks the queen on e2. We have queen to e4, and now it seems that this knight is pinned here. If the knight moves, Frank will grab this rook on a8, but HAL doesn't mind. HAL plays knight captures on e5, and he gives up the rook on a8. Frank captures it, we have queen captures on a8, and now queen to d3. And, you can see that this queen on d3 is completely blocking white from developing any piece whatsoever. So Frank tries bishop to d1. We have we have bishop to h3, and this bishop to h3 move. This is the position from the movie. You can check in the description below. I will put it's a 47 seconds clip so you can see the original sequence from the movie. And HAL played bishop to h3, and he opened up the attack on the Frank's queen. So the threat is, of course, rook captures on a8, but there is an even greater threat. And since Frank isn't really a super grandmaster, he doesn't really consider the position too much. He plays queen captures on a6. And here HAL says something like, oh no, I think you missed it, Dave. And he plays bishop captures on g2. We have rook to e1, and now HAL 9000 plays queen to f3. And the game is over. I think this is actually where HAL says it. I think you missed it, Dave. As now, the threat is knight to h3 checkmate, and there is no way to stop this. If bishop captures queen, then simply this knight captures bishop on f3 with checkmate, because this knight is defending this bishop on g2. So definitely a beautiful position. Kind of reminds you of Frank Marshall's American Beauty. Only a bit less beautiful. So yeah, this is the game, and luckily for HAL, this was, as he only wins 50% of the games he plays, this is probably the second game they played. But Frank Poole wasn't really disappointed, as he doesn't really expect to win any games. And the crew probably knows that HAL is rigged to only win 50% of the games. So yeah, this is the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. And I will try to find one game played by Stanley Kubrick himself. That would be very awesome if I could find that. And I couldn't really find any information on the original players who played this game, Roesch versus Schlage. So if any of you have any information maybe on those two players, I would be happy if you could share it in the comments. So yeah, that's it. I do hope you enjoyed it. As usual, you can check two of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.